Welcome to Learning Gym. Today's lesson is comparing numbers. Before we can start comparing numbers, please make sure that you know the order of numbers at the tip of your fingertips, especially from 0 to 9. This means you also need to be able to relate that each number pertains to an object, which increases by 1 in a running order from left to right. Once you have this firmly within your grasp, it would be easy to tell if a number is bigger, smaller, or equal to any number you are comparing it to. Here are a few rules to help you compare numbers. Numbers get bigger from left to right in a running number sequence for 0 to 9. This is simply because you have more of an item. Rule number 2 is that numbers with more digits are bigger than the ones with less. As you can see, the reason being that there are simply more objects in numbers with more digits. And rule number 3. If numbers have got the same number of digits, you need to compare the number by working your way from left to right. The number with a larger digit from left will be the bigger number. For example, in the two numbers 356 and 712, they both have got 3 digits. As you can see, digit 1, 2, and 3. Now, we look from left to right to see which number is bigger. We first look at digit 1. As you can see, 7 is bigger than 3, so we don't have to look further and can conclude that 712 is bigger than 356. Let's try another number. Here we have 326 on the left and 325 on the right. Let's look at the first digit, which is 3 on both sides. It being the same number, we can't tell which number is bigger based on the first digit alone. So we look at the second digit, which happens to be 2 on both sides. Once again, the number is the same, which means we can't tell which number is bigger. So we move on to the third digit. Now we can see a difference. For the number on the right, it is a 5, while the number on the left is a 6. We know that 6 is greater than 5. So in this case, the number on the left is the bigger number. The next thing we need to learn are the signs for comparing numbers. There are basically 3 signs. They are the sign for bigger, smaller, and equal. The rule is that you should always read from left to right, which is the direction of the arrows. Once you have this firmly entrenched in your mind, it is really quite simple. Let's take a number 4 and 8, which is bigger. Imagine the actual number of stars appear, 4 and 8. Now, place those stars right in the middle of an imaginary line, creating 2 stars, each above and below the line for number 4, and 4 stars, each above and below the line for number 8. Let's erase that imaginary line right now. Next, we draw 2 lines connecting the stars at the top and the bottom. If you now take away the stars, you will have the sign for smaller. So reading this will be 4 is smaller than 8. Next, let's switch the 8 and 4 around. So you start with 8 on the left and 4 on the right, and you put the corresponding stars, 8 on the left and 4 on the right. Then you join the lines at the top of the stars and the bottom, and you would have the sign for greater than. So reading this would be 8 is greater than 4. Likewise, if you have 2 same numbers on either side, in this case 4, you will have the same number of stars, and joining the top of the stars with the green lines will give you 2 lines that never meet. Once again, if you take the stars away, you'll get the sign for equal to. So reading this would be 4 is equal to 4. So there you have it. The sign for bigger than, smaller than, and equal to. Here's a summary for comparing numbers and some pointers as well. You will need to know the order of the numbers from 0 to 9. The number that comes after will always be bigger. For example, 4 will always be bigger than 3. 9 will always be bigger than 8. The more the digits, the bigger the number, regardless of how many zeros there are in between or at the end of the number. You can add as many zeros to the left of a number if you like. It will not make the number bigger. For example, if you add lots of zeros in front of the number 7, it is still simply read as 7. Adding zeros to the right of the number will change the value of the numbers. 8 is the same as 08, but 80 is 80, which is a bigger number than 8. Thanks for watching. Please like my page and subscribe. I post videos on all the 11 plus topics of maths, and this also is useful as it covers all the topics that you learn in primary school. For now, it's goodbye, but I'll be back soon.